I'm Bunny and welcome to Trash Crafts. Today we're making Lembas Bread.
Lembas Bread, precious.
Today I have a very special guest.
My name is Catherine Barson, and I run the Gluttonous Geek, a nerdy food blog where I explore the relationship between food and fiction. And today I am helping Bunny work on some Lembas Bread, or Lembas Bread.
However you say it.
Yes.
So, as you can tell, this is a very special Trash Crafts where we're doing food instead of a craft. But there is a craft involved, but it's at the very end, so if you really just want to skip ahead to the craft, just go to like the last minute of this video. But I highly recommend you stick around because I have an expert to help me with the food. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking Dragon's Milk, a bourbon barrel aged stout.
I am currently drinking a beer that you brought for me. Thank you very much. It is Highland Brewing Oatmeal Porter. So this recipe for Lembas Bread is actually my very own recipe.
Really?
And I did a little internet stalking, and you've never made like Lembas Bread. You made like a pistachio one or something
It
like
was a spinach hazelnut one.
It was green. That's what I remembered.
I needed some kind of gluten-free thing for my friends. Yes.
Well, this is not gluten-free at all. It has every allergen known to man in it. Let us get started. We, as you may have noticed, are in a different location. I am in my boss's house, Sammy. So surely hijinks will ensue. Before we get started, you wanna preheat your oven to 450 degrees. One of the ingredients in this laundry list is milk. But I don't feel like elves would drink milk, nor would they have the animals to get milk outside of like maybe deer milk. But a substitute is also flower water.
True.
So I have this wonderful lavender, this dried lavender, and since we don't have a tea steeper because this is not my house and I forgot to bring one, we're gonna go like that and just kind of let it do its thing. Oh, I need a mixing bowl. That's a good start.
We're not using my beer glass.
To make lembas, you will need the following ingredients. 2¼ cups of wheat flour.
So jangly.
I know.
You know what this recipe needs? More cowbell.
More cowbell.
Because that's what it sounds like. 2¼
Correct, 2¼
Okay, so that would be
cups.
9. Ah, oh no.
2 tablespoons finely chopped roasted almonds. Well, mine are not roasted, but I think they're blanched.
All right, drunks, so this is how you hold a kitchen knife. What you want to do is you take the index finger of your dominant hand, put it here against the blade. Then take your thumb and probably try not to stab the person next to you, and pinch the blade right here. Then curl your fingers comfortably around the handle of the knife. Next up, I'm just going to kind of...
Yeah, watch your fingers. I would like to reiterate to not do this while drunk, or any of the trash crafts that I produce. Awesome, so we need approximately 2 tablespoons of that. Oh, you got this.
It's like I've done this before, huh?
Oh man, like I said, I'm a professional here.
You want a little bit of a bonus for that lavender? Mm-hmm. Put it into green tea.
So next step is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Lembas Bread is super nutritional so that you can like not only be filled but also not die on your trek to go throw the ring into the lava. 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup of ground flax seeds, and you can add up to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Wheat germ, which is incredibly nutritional. And again, 2 tablespoons up to 1/4 cup of wheat germ, which is what I have here. And then a 1/2 cup of oats. Nutritional. No, not the beer.
But it's oatmeal porter.
Well, that's a porter, not just oats.
But beer.
I mean, I'll drink to that.
I'm sure that they have their own Elvish words for things like pinch.
Dollop.
Yes, dollop.
All right.
What is the Elvish word for dollop? Comment below. The butter?
Butter. We need 8 tablespoons, which is 1 full stick of cold butter.
Chopped into cubes.
Correct. Basically, if you've ever baked a pie, you know exactly where we're going with this.
Some of the most delicious stuff in the world is just a bowl of mush. I'm pretty sure you have to toss the cubes in there as soon as you cut them.
Yeah. That's fine. So I'm going to get us 1/3 cup of honey, and I'm going to use my fancy little measuring dispenser for that.
Fun fact about honey, it does not actually spoil.
I got my 1/3 cup honey. I'm gonna like set that aside for now. I need 2/3 a cup of my flour water / whole milk. It honestly doesn't add a lot of flavor. So if this is just water, it's okay if you don't have a flour water, but I highly recommend whatever tea you like. Okay, 2/3 of a cup of our lavender water will go in. Oh, we're good. I did not spill anything. I am drunk.
Man, I need to get caught up to you.
Cut the butter into chunks and form a fine meal with a pastry cutter or your fingers, which is going to be you because I am down a finger right now. So that's what we want, is a little bit of smoosh smoosh. So basically you're taking the butter and smushing it between your fingers and grinding the dough into it. I can put the honey into the water, but I probably won't. Well, no, okay, let's do it. Let's do honey into water.
Well, trouble with having something like this is usually you want cold hand, like a cold surface or cold butter. I have warm hands.
Well, I'm drunk, so I'm also warm. All right, your job will be to find a fork then. So once you have your dough to about this consistency, right? You're gonna add your liquid ingredients. I just formed a little well. I'm gonna gently pour in our water and our honey. This is why I didn't want to combine the two, because I knew the honey was just not going to meld with the water, and this is where we'd end up. You got that? Okay. And then basically kind of work it into a dough, but try your best to not over mix it.
Okay.
So we got a beautiful mixing going on here. Ooh, goodness gracious. So I make 3 things for the holidays. All 3 foods that I make for the holidays I don't like. I don't like the lembas bread. And you know, everyone's just like, why would you make food you hate? And it's like, well, I won't eat it before I give it out, now will I?
Okay, I think we're getting to...
We're starting to get there?
To dough consistency here.
Okay. Actually, if you could separate it into 2 balls, that would be the best.
Giggity.
All right, so this is a tip / trick that I've learned from Mr. Brown. When you roll out your dough, you roll it out in a Ziploc bag. Mm-hmm. And that way it doesn't like stick to your rolling pin. We're gonna basically separate that into 2 balls and we're gonna roll it out separately. I'm gonna flour the inside of the bag so that the dough will hopefully not stick to the bag. Awesome sauce. And then we will just kind of like, you will like ooze towards the seal, and you just kind of have to push. In Lord of the Rings, they are like square, which is like regular shaped. I don't have like a square cookie cutter, so I use this thing.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gathering up the edges.
I had kitchen shears somewhere.
They're over here in the corner.
All right, let's hope. Okay.
You know,
so I need you to do me a favor here. I need you to hold on to that edge.
Wait, we're going this way.
Okay. As I try to left-hand cut this stuff.
You got it, or you need a spatula?
I got it.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There we go.
And we will make an egg wash. And I wouldn't normally recommend an egg wash because I don't believe the elves would have eggs, but it doesn't have that brown, shiny color on top if you don't do that.
They're in trees. They've got birds, right?
There are birds. Aren't they like vegetarians?
Maybe.
All right, so while I roll this out to try and get like 2 more to fill the cookie sheet, you're gonna whip up that egg.
1 or 2. Huh? Probably just 1.
1 will be more than plenty, trust me. I forgot to bring my pastry brush, so we're gonna try and use a spatula. And basically, like I said, the egg wash, what it does is it makes it shiny and golden brown when you cook. So just spread it on top. If you don't have this round cookie cutter, you're looking for about 4-inch squares, okay? One of the things that you don't want these to do is you don't want them to rise. What I normally do is you cut an X into the top of them. So if you have a bread cutter or a dull edged implement, you want to go about maybe halfway through and cut an X in the top of them, and that'll prevent them from rising too much and being like super puffy. We are now going to bake these for 10 minutes. We will wait for these to be done, and then we will do the crafty part of the trash craft. So our timer just went off. Let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. This is our lembas bread. So if you use an egg wash without water, they'll be a little bit shinier and a little bit darker. So we have finally reached the craft part of the trash craft. How was it delivered in the films? Do you remember?
Folded inside of a leaf.
Exactly. The way that I wrap these that makes everybody very excited about them is with 2 leaves or 2 banana leaves, depending. And you cross them, fold them over, and we're gonna fold them like this. And then you use a length of twine to do like a standard present wrap. So I'm gonna cut a length of twine. Have you ever wrapped a present with twine?
Yeah, but I'm usually terrible at wrapping presents, so
So you're
I'm just going to leave this part to you.
What you're going to do is you're going to take a long length of butcher's twine, leave the middle in, flip it over, pull it together, cross it, and then flip it over again. And then, if I can get this end out, there we go. And then you tie it in a knot. I usually do a little bow tie. How excited would you be to give one of these to a friend as a gift or receive one?
Oh, I think they would love it, especially since my roommate has friends who worked on the Lord of the Rings films.
Nice. Would you like to try one?
I would.
How would you feel like that with a cup of tea?
Cup of tea, with a little bit of some high quality butter or cream cheese mixed with some honey and lavender. That's good, especially if you've been drinking.
It's good with tea, but also with beer.
Indeed. Clink.
I hope that this has helped you learn how to make some lembas bread from Lord of the Rings. Where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me at thegluttonousgeek.com, or you can find me on Twitch, The Gluttonous Geek, and I do have a weekly cooking show called Munchies and Minis, where I make a D&D, Old Dungeons and Dragons, or tabletop-inspired snack, and then work on painting a mini Wednesday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern Time to 9 p.m. So come and join me.
Bye guys, we'll see you next time on
Trashed Crafts.